Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are live. We are live right now on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Good evening and welcome to another Fireheart segment tonight on Singles Unplugged. I am super excited on tonight because we're going to get the opportunity to talk to some young men. They say, why you stress that young men? Because it's a generation not of my own, but I'm curious to understand and know how men think, right? Because I have some daughters, 4 of them. Come on. And I'm trying to understand the whole dynamics on tonight. So we're going to have us a good time. Ladies, like, tag, share. If you have any questions you'd like to have answered, be sure to put them in the comments. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. I'm actually getting ready to share our Facebook link. We have already shared our YouTube link. And let me go ahead and put that out there as well for those of you that would like to watch us live on YouTube. Go ahead and share that YouTube link. We are also monitoring those comments. There we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I see that we have some people already watching us. And there is the link. Hey, LaShonda, got LaShonda on the line tonight. Her son is actually one of our guests, my nephew, Deshaun McCullum. We're going to have him on as well. Hey, LaShonda. Hold on. I got all the sets going right now. We're going to have an opportunity to share. And I think our co-host is now getting himself ready. We're going to be bringing him to the stage, none other than my cousin, Eric Scissor Hines, getting him ready. You ready to come on the stage? There you go. Listen, a hardworking man. Let's unmute. You unmute yourself, Eric. You muted.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. All right. So my co-host tonight is none other than Master Barber, Eric Scissor Hines, and he's going to really be assisting me with engaging with the men on tonight. I thought it was important to have a male co-host tonight so that there is some balance in our conversation. For those of you that desire to watch us live on YouTube, there is our YouTube link. And for those others who are on Facebook, she said, "Hey, Eric."
Hello, how you doing?
We are live, Eric. So go ahead and greet the people while I get us situated.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? We got some great energy in here. We're gonna have some great topics. We're gonna talk about some of our youth, some of our young men, and the mindset our young men have, and where we're going at, and what we have to work with. So we're excited about that today, and we look forward to delving in and making sure everybody gets a general understanding of how we feel as men about things as well.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and bring to the stage none other than my nephew, Deshaun McCullum. Here he is.
How y'all doing?
All right. And then Mr. Hill just came in. So we're going to go ahead and bring everybody on the stage. And y'all go ahead, introduce yourself, Mr. Hill. Let's see if we can get him on the camera. But we have Deshaun McCullum. Go ahead, Deshaun, and introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Deshaun McCallum. As some of y'all may know, I'm the owner of the business of Creative Cravings. Also, just finished barber school, have state board. next month. So getting ready to the next
Congratulations.
level of barber school.
Oh my, I am so excited. I know Eric is excited about that. I'll go ahead and tell him why, Eric.
Gang, 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 gang. You already know what time it is. Because the foundation of the medical industry lies in the mindset of the barber. Without the barber, there will be no village, there will be nothing at all. Before there was anybody to embalm bodies, anybody to remove teeth, anybody to prepare taxes, anybody to cut or do bloodletting so that people can feel better, there was the barber doing all of those amazing things. And without that, your village would fail. So the history of barbering is deeply rooted in the foundation of medicine as we know it now. The first surgeons were priests who were barbers.
Oh wow. That's some education I did not know. Wow. That's powerful. That's
That's
powerful.
why that's why there's this red and white on this barber pole because when there was a place where you could do get any services done that needed by a barber, they would have that red or they had that white towel that was it was dripped in the blood. We would wring that towel, and that's where you see that red, and that's why that spiral comes from. So they would see that on the door and they would be like, I know there's a barber there, so I can get service, so I can get this tooth extracted, so I can get bloodletting, so I can get, something done. Barbers.
Wow. Are you serious?
Serious.
Nah, see, now this some education. This ain't the listen. I'm getting some education 101 in this barbering thing. I had no
Serious
idea.
and policy, huh?
I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty deep and powerful.
Mhm.
All right, Deshaun, go ahead. Mr. Hill is trying to get his equipment up and going, but we're going to go ahead and get started tonight because tonight we want I'm gonna tell him to please try again. He says StreamYard is giving him a difficult time. Let's see if we can get him on again. We want Deshaun. Tonight we're going to be talking about what men need in a relationship. Now I have a whole bunch of questions here. I also have some in the comments from our last that I took and wrote down as well. But we're going to get started here. And so I want to pose the question because last Tuesday we were talking to the ladies and we talked about what women want in a relationship. Tonight, I want to hear what men need in a relationship. So, with that being said, I'm going to allow you, cuz, to really take the lead on this. You've already made some statements that I've been talking about all month long that really blew my mind. I want to even talk about, of course, one of our favorite scriptures that you kind of broke some stuff down and enlightened me, even from your perspective and your interpretation of what that even means from a male perspective. So we want to talk on that too, but I'm going to hush and allow you to take the lead on tonight.
Okay, well, I did. Thank you for allowing me to take the lead. Last time we talked, I did tell you the three things that men needed, but I'm going to go into something a little bit deeper, a little bit more serious, since this is a very serious topic. Because what men need and what men want is two different things. So there's really three things that men need. That's respect from their woman. A man looks at respect as love. That's how he sees love. You can't tell him you love him if he doesn't feel respected, because that's how we feel love. If you want to show a man that you love him, then you respect him.
Wow.
Second is appreciation, because men are judged by what they do. Not who we are. It's about what we bring to the table. We judged about what we bring to the table. So when we bring all of these things to the table, we need to be appreciated. We need to be appreciated.
Man, you knocking out some of
Yeah.
the questions already, ladies. I hope y'all taking notes because some of these questions he just hit on the head of the nail. and he didn't even know I had them flowing. So go ahead, keep going, man. You're talking good.
And last but definitely not least, we need admiration. We want you to see we want you to see the God in us. We want you to see more than just somebody who's paying some bills. We want you to see and admire us for how we do what we do. You know, a man with a plan is a real man. So the thing is, when we have this plan and we're putting this thing together and we're showing you this and we're showing it and you're seeing it unfold bit by bit, we need to hear that admiration every once in a while. You know, you're doing an amazing job. I really appreciate how you're doing this. We admire you. Those are the things that keep a man going to bat for you. A man will fight for a woman that respects him. And I don't mean fight in the physical, but I mean fight in the physical and in the spiritual and in the emotional. We'll open up to a woman that respects us because, one, that's how we see love. If we appreciate it, then we're almost forced. It's something in us that makes us want to do more. You know, the more we appreciate it, the more we want to do. So, and last, again, like I said, we being admired for who we are and what we do and what we bring. Because again, men are, I think, the only creature that I've ever heard that are loved conditionally. We are loved because of what we bring to the table, you know.
Wow. So yeah, you did go a little deeper tonight than what we have talked about, which is good because I really do feel like you, that this is a serious topic. It's not to be taken lightly, because while we have been talking about dating, hopefully people are dating with the intentions to marry, not dating for hookup. So I want to talk to my nephew, Deshaun, because he's in a different generation. I wanted to let people know how young, old, mature he is. His mama told us, but you know, many may not have been on at that time and been able to hear it. But this is a unique young man. I have admired him ever since I've known him. And for real, just the ethics, the work ethic that his mother instilled in him has truly taken root in him. And the woman that he chooses when he's looking and finds his wife, she got herself somebody in this young man right here. And I'm not just tooting his horn, I'm talking about his fruit, right? The fruit. Come on here, somebody. And so I want Deshaun, I want him to kind of elaborate and talk about what is it, Deshaun, that as a young man in this generation, because from what my children tell me, and you know, all your cousins, they all female, they say y'all just hooking up these days. Ain't nobody looking for love, ain't nobody looking for relationship, everybody just hooking up. So tell me, what is it that you are looking for in this time in your life? I know that's going to change as you get older, but right now, where's your mindset?
Right now, it's days where you want a relationship, then there's days where you don't want a relationship. More so because, not more so lonely, it's just that connection of having someone, long day, you coming home, just no one. Then it's the other nights where it's like, dang, it's just someone I could just cuddle with one night. Not more so a relationship, but that also comes with communication. But I feel like this generation doesn't communicate that. They just go based off of emotions.
Right. Absolutely. They are very physical. They're very, very physical, this generation. So you being the young man that you are, with the background that you have, let me say this: spiritually grounded. All right. I ain't say religious. Raised in the church, play the drums in the church. Okay. He know Jesus. Glory to God. I'm plugging. All right. He know Jesus, but he's still a young man who has his own process to walk out. Y'all heard him. He just, matriculated through this barber program. So he has a goal and a vision for that, because him and his mama are the dynamic duo. She herself is a master barber, cosmetologist, educator and serialpreneur. And so I'm excited. Hey, baby girl Shayla. We have several people in the comments on tonight. She said some of us don't want to hook up, but this generation of men want to be courted, not so the courting. So I think she's saying that they're not. She's saying that this generation of men are not looking to court the woman, right? Because of this mentality. Some of them want to be courted. Some of them want to be courted. What do you say to that?
Well, for that is more so for my generation. I'm gonna speak on what I go through. You know right from wrong. If the person's showing you before you started messing with them that they wasn't the best, just because you go mess with them, that doesn't guarantee that person's gonna change. So it's just like if you know the stove is hot, why would you touch it?
Period.
So it's just like you just gotta know right from wrong sometimes. You gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself: do you want to put yourself through that?
Well, that truly is a great statement, because yes, you choose to put yourself through some stuff. So, Eric, I got some questions in here, foundational needs. It says, what's the number one thing? And you already addressed this. I want to know, out of these things, what's important to Sean? What's the number one thing you feel men truly need in a relationship? Love, respect, peace, or something else? You said it tonight.
Like I said before, you can't give us love. You can't give us peace. You can't give us emotional intimacy if you're not giving us respect. That's primarily what opens the door to all of these great things that a man has inside of him. A lot of times women would be like, I'm not getting the best out of him because, well, the thing is, because you're not unlocking the door. And to unlock the door, first there must be respect. And once you get that respect, then you have to start to show emotional intimacy. See, the thing is, everybody wants to use, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but it's so many women that want to use their physical look to pull a man in, and that's fine. But your physical look will fade. It will definitely fade. And I don't mean that you'll just get old. We'll get used to how pretty you look. But what else are you doing that's going to show that this man needs to lock in and stay with you? Because we want to lock in. We are innately built to provide and protect and make sure that we have a plan for you. And we even when we're thinking about food, we're thinking about what is she eating. I mean, we are set up that way, but we're also wise enough to know that we're not going to give all of those goodies, so to speak, to somebody who is just greedy. So you have to show us the respect. You have to show us the that you really care. You know, you have to show us that the femininity. Without the femininity, we like, okay, so I don't want a homeboy. I want a feminine woman. And I can't sit here and say that I'm speaking for all men, because some men may want a woman who's a little bit more homeboyish and this, that, and the third. But I'm just saying, for the most part, we don't look for a strong woman. We look for a feminine woman. And as a matter of fact, that word strong is often misconstrued, because a strong man is a masculine man, and a strong woman is a feminine woman, not
Mm.
not a more masculine woman. So, for instance, sometimes it'll be situations to where I can only speak from mine. Um, I've been told that I don't bring the femininity out of a woman. And I'm like, okay, all I can bring to you is masculinity. So when they say stuff like that, I say, well, what's the inverse? What if a man told you, I want to be masculine, but I need a woman to bring the masculinity out of me, with her femininity? See how
Wow.
crazy that sounds when you flip it? Well,
Yeah.
that's how crazy it sounds to us when we hear it. I always got to be strong. No, you don't. You have to be feminine if you want a real guy. So we just want respect. We want, and those other three. things that I
Yeah.
told you about before.
We're
You
gonna talk about
know,
those three
ending with
things
a
too.
sandwich, of course.
We talk
Yeah,
about it. We have a
gotta
Miss
have.
Sherelle Rush hold in the comments. She says a lot of feminine women are being overlooked because past experiences have caused women to take on masculine roles. And you know that, and I want to speak to that because truthfully, I think one of the shows we were when I was on and I was sharing my truth. I have been strong for so long. I've been masculine. Let me say that. I have been masculine for so long that I don't know how to just be feminine, that flower, but I want to be. But I don't know because of fear. Because fear keeps me from releasing and totally trusting a man to lead me and not lead me astray.
He
Okay,
is not giving you the spirit of fear.
you're right. You're absolutely
Fear
right.
is false evidence appearing real.
Appearing real. Absolutely.
FEAR. That's
You're
fear.
right.
So my thing is, if we move in fear, then we'll never get any favor. There's no favor in fear
Wow. There,
because
and you
that goes
listen,
against everything that God sets for us. So
and
the
that's
second
so
that we
true.
start living in that, we have to understand that. And again, back to what I'm saying, uh, being strong means being more feminine. Just focusing on that, because a man can't say that same thing to you and get anything with you. And he can't get anywhere with you telling you, man, I really want to be masculine, man, but I need a woman to bring that out of me, man. I need you to be extra feminine to me. It's our responsibility to be what we are. Masculine energy is male energy. Feminine energy is female energy. You can listen to the words and see that's what it means.
Yeah.
Female, feminine, man, masculine.
Man, yeah, I got you.
It's
Hey,
normal. So the thing is, you have to find a way to be inside your normal
oh,
self.
I love this. My sis Teresa Knowles said women need safety to surrender to her femininity. That seals it for me because I believe that is why, for me, that the strength that I have gathered over the years. I've been on my own since I've been 14 years old. I'm 56. That's 42 years. 35 of that as a single mother, right? Raising my children. So the strength of this woman, right, causes me to the strength and the brokenness. Can I just be transparent? Has caused me to build a wall, right? That I felt like protected me and shielded me from the hurt. But truthfully, I built the wall that imprisoned me and didn't realize it till here recently, maybe the last few years. I realized that the wall I built thinking I was protecting myself, protecting my girls, it really built my own prison. It
Wow.
really did. Deshaun, so with the respect to the same question, at your age, and I believe it's the ripe age of 21, I want to reverse it and say he's still 12, but he's now legal by all counts of the law. What is important to you right now? And I know that's probably like, see, I'm just living life, man. I ain't got, but I mean, seriously though, if I was just talking to any ordinary boy, I would probably let him get away with that. But you a young man that I know have a foundation that you think deeper than the average young man.
For me, it would be communication and understanding. Because if you're not understanding what I'm saying, not as what I'm saying, but if you can't understand like what how can I put it? Basically, like just understanding what I'm saying. Like a conversation shouldn't lead into an argument. We're both grown. What I'm saying, it's more so how you say it, not what you say. Like that's more so really it for real. Because if you don't understand your partner, you can't really communicate with them.
And I hope I'm saying this right, but I know her last name is Rush. She said a man can tell that to the right woman and she will understand, and vice versa. Communication is key. For example, baby, I can't be more masculine because I need feminine support. Does that makes no? I don't
Not
make
at
sense.
all.
Okay.
It's
All
your responsibility. Your triggers are your responsibility. Your masculinity is your responsibility or lack of. Just like your triggers as a woman are your responsibility and your femininity is your responsibility. It's a gift that you give people. It's a gift. You have to jump. As a matter of fact, real quick, on the 21st of this month, I celebrated 5 years being in Charlotte. And that was something that I was afraid to do for years, but I decided to jump. And when I jumped, I found out that that heavy thing on my back was my wings and it allowed me to fly. So the thing is, you have to understand that heavy thing that you have on your back, keeping you from being feminine or keeping you from being your full masculine self, and just operating in your masculinity and operating in your femininity. That's all a choice. That's a you thing. So it's a hey, I gotta put myself out there because I might get hurt. But guess what? You might not get hurt. See, that's the thing. And we always focus on what could go wrong instead of thinking about what could go right. We always looking at the red flags instead of counting the green ones. My thing is this: you got to understand it's a choice. It's not this mystical, magical thing. You have to say, hey, look, I am going to do this and I might get hurt. But at the same time, I'm going to do this, and guess what? It might be the best thing because at the other side of fear is everything you ever wanted in your life.
Wow.
You got to get past the fear because the fear is the tool of the enemy to keep you from being successful. It stops us. It's a paralytic. It keeps us paralyzed so we won't be able to move into that next chapter in our life. And if I didn't do that, I would probably be, I wouldn't say Savannah is horrible, but there's a certain amount of growth that can happen in Savannah. It's a small city. So I had to move out of there to see something bigger. And I'm gonna have to move out of Charlotte to get see something bigger. I don't have to actually physically in my address. I see that now, but I'm gonna have to see the world because there's certain things in the world that you're gonna have to see. You can't see it from one place. You need a better view. Sometimes you got to climb up higher to be able to get a better view. So that's
So
where I'm at.
Miss Nicole said, I think the real issue is not giving energy to men who don't make room for a woman to remain soft and feminine.
Absolutely, yeah. Because again, a woman knows what she sees when she's looking at it, but a lot of times she'll ignore it. I heard a wise player say one time, he said, hey, look, I ain't got a lot of women. If they like you, they'll lie to themselves. They see that, they see this man and they see all of that, but they also know he ain't ready, but they hoping that they can be the reason why he ready. And nobody's the reason.
Oh,
Nobody's the reason.
you just gut punched me. Like,
They got to
I
be
felt
ready.
that for all the women. Listen, I don't feel it personally because I ain't dating. But when you said that just now, because you know what? I have an issue with women and just people. It ain't even got to be about a man. You can have a girlfriend, a guy friend. I do not like the fact that there are people in our lives, even my children. Like, I don't like the fact that I make people a priority who make me an option.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad at my kids when I call them and they send me the voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
But if they call me and I don't answer, they're calling the police. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? They could turn their phone off and don't ever tell me where they're at. But
Mm-hmm.
the one time I did it, police bamming on the door.
Yeah.
Because my girls couldn't find me and they know it's not like me. You see what I'm saying? I'm just using that because all I got is my girl. My world is my children. There ain't no man to talk about. But I'm just saying, when you make somebody a priority and they make you an option, and that's go both ways. Men with women, here it is, you a man, you buying flowers, you sending texts, you trying to show her that you're interested, and she's, acting uninterested, like she wants you to chase her like you a deer, like she's a deer and you the hunter. And really, I don't feel like we should have to play those games either, because either you're interested in me or you're not. And I just think that if we
Absolutely.
are interested in each other, then the goal is to come together collectively and figure out where we're headed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I truly believe that a man should make the first move. Not saying that I'm against women making the first move because I'm secure enough in my masculinity where I can accept that. I don't mind a bold woman or woman. But my thing is, once we let you know our intentions, show you what we're trying to do, and you kind of push us to the side, a strong man will leave you alone. A weak man will try to win you over. Strong men don't. We know what we have. We know what we have to offer. I told a young lady not too long ago. She said, what do you bring to the table?" I said, "A furniture store. I bring
What?
a whole furniture store to the table. I don't need anything I want. I want you. I don't need you. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, when you have everything in place and you have everything that you can share, you do want to share it, but you can't share it with just anybody. So my thing is, I need you to know I got what I needed. What do you have? Let's
Wow.
meet there. Are you
Wow.
prepared for somebody like me? Because a lot of times, and I actually had a lady be honest with me, say, I really don't want to level up because you seem like somebody who want to take it to another level as far as life in general. You want to see the world. And I'm I'm a hood chick. I want to stay here. I want to do not, this, that, and third. And I don't see me being able to keep you interested. So I'm not gonna even waste your time.
Wow. Well, at least
And
she
what do
was
you tell somebody like that other than thank you?
at least she was honest with you.
And drop dead gorgeous. I was so mad.
So listen, let's go to emotional and mental space. Do men feel safe being vulnerable in relationships? Let me talk to Deshaun. Do I know that you're young and you kind of, but do you feel safe being vulnerable in relationships, or do you hold back?
That depends on how long me and that person been in contact with. Because with me, I don't really open up about my problems to no one. Half the times, not even mama. I just take it in myself or my homeboys. I'll talk to my homeboys before I talk to anyone. But I definitely believe in that goes into your partner understanding you. Like long day from work, just want to have that person just to talk to. But if I feel like I can't talk to you, there's no point of us doing anything. Because at that point, we just entertaining each other.
Yeah.
Hmm. So it sounds to me, because this next one says, how important is it for men to feel understood versus just being heard? Is it important? And again, that goes back to communication. That goes back to how long that person has had intimate knowledge of you. And we're going to address that too, because I have two dynamics. Eric is definitely a different generation than you are, and I'm a different generation than he is. But when you talk about intimacy, so let me just ask you, Deshaun, because I want to tap into this with you. When I say the word intimacy, what does that mean to you?
Sex.
Hmm. Now, what does that mean to me?
There you have it. But the thing is, it is because there is so much. See, the truth of the matter is, intimacy is not sex.
Yes, that's
But
what from.
that is the no. I know
Yeah,
what you're saying from your but that is the understanding of young minds, young people, right? They think intimacy is sex, but sex starts way before penetration. Let's just talk about that part,
Hmm.
right? So if you're really strong on your game, you have mentally stimulated, captivated, eradicated each other
Hmm.
mentally. If you understood, intimacy starts before anything physical ever happens. That's why young people, they rabbits. Young people just hop they rabbits. But when you as you get older, I want to talk to you again in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? When you hit 30, I ain't gonna even talk about
nah,
20.
that's not my mindset now. But that's I was just talking about for that generation. When you ask me, like, what's intimacy? I almost
Yeah.
to say, really get to know that person, almost so, not even physically, emotionally, mentally. then that makes the whole physical process better. If I know your body from outside, it's to be 10 times better when you get inside. That's how I look at intimacy. I really want to know
like
the real you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you ever rode a bike, you know how a bike ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
you know, even the electric bikes ride the same way. You
Yeah.
still got to put some effort in it, right? So once you've ridden a bike, you know how it rides. What makes your bike different?
Yeah.
So Eric, intimacy. What
It's
does
a
it mean?
deep connection. It's a deep connection. I mean, intimacy starts with it starts with a thought. You know, it starts with behavior. I mean, it moves into behavior. And then from there, it's like it grows. But intimacy is definitely a deep mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional connection. That's it. And in all of those different ways, you can be intimate. You could be intimate sexually. You could be with the physical. You can be intimate with the physical just by a touch on the hand. You
Right?
know, you
Because
could be
Teresa
intimate
said
just by,
she said you could have intimacy fully dressed.
you can have intimacy fully dressed, just listening and just like really giving eye contact. And that's intimacy. Like a lot of people confuse communication with how well you talk. No, communication is how well you listen. So, and that's where the intimacy comes in. Do you listen? So it's a lot of different ways to be intimate, but it's a connection more than anything. It's how you connect mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, and sexually and physical as well. So intimacy is the connection. That's it. It's so simple, but we complicate things so much.
Hmm. And you have really, I mean, even since we've been doing this, because I really have been truly enlightened by I have truly been enlightened by the whole topic of even just talking to you, because the more I hear you talk, the more I just hear a lot of things I feel like I hear Uncle Johnny, you know, when
Mm.
you talk about structure, about family,
No why.
things like
I graduated from that college.
things like that. Outside of sex, what physical needs do men need have in a relationship outside of sex and intimacy?
Everything.
What other needs?
Everything. A nuzzle on the nose, your nose on my cheek. I mean, physical touch, period, is something that men crave from their women. We crave that, and there's two. If you think about the love languages, there's two love languages that stand out for men, and that's affirmation and physical touch. There's not one man on the face of the earth that doesn't need those two things. Some need one more than the other, but you're going to always find that that is the love language of most men. It's going to be physical touch and affirmation. I appreciate everything you did for us in this family. These aren't even your kids, and you take care of them like they're yours. I love and appreciate you for that. You know, that's what we need. It's that simple. Men are very simple. It's like it's a short list of things that a man really needs from a woman. But we jokingly talk about the long list that women need from us. It's a joke though. But no, women don't need that long list. It's because when you say the word need and want, it changes everything.
And,
Women need to feel safe.
And if you notice what I did, if you notice what I did it with the what women want, what men need, I actually changed that. Here it is. You're conversing with men and not adult males.
I like that.
What? Yeah, I was just reading somebody says, oh, looking forward to this, trusting that you're conversing with men and not adult males. So I
Yeah,
think I have
there's a
two
difference.
men, different generations here that we're conversing with on tonight. So I'm excited about that. I do believe that what we lack or what we miss, because again, I have a lot of single female friends. And we all kind of have the same uh outlook in a way about what's out here, male wise. One of the things I was sharing is that I joined the whole Facebook dating thing, and I'm exhausted by that. So I don't necessarily know if that's the route for me, because I cannot keep up with the amount of inboxes. I can't keep up with the messages. I don't even want to. Half of them I just pass them by, hit the end, because it's I have. And then I got to get past this whole thing, right? Women, ladies, let me say this. Our blessing may not come looking like what we envision it to look like, okay? He may not be 6'6", tall, dark, and handsome. He might be 5'9", little on the Pillsbury Doughboy side. But if we limit ourselves to what we think he should look like, we probably gonna miss the blessing God got for us.
That's a brilliant point. Because we shrink everything when we do that, when we start putting categories up. Like even just people who said I'm only dating black women. If you're only dating black women, then you just cut yourself by 70%.
Wow.
So and men, when you say I only date men who 6'6", and make six figures, then okay, so now you dating the 1%. So you got 99% that you're not dating. What's your chances if you're dating 1%? You got to be everything to the 1%. And 1%, they're gonna be wanting a lot from you because they already have everything they need. You're supposed to add to that. So I mean, it's gonna be hard. And
So
even with men, you got to make sure you're doing that same thing with men. You can't say I don't date this kind of woman. I don't date this kind of woman. You every time you put something up, then you're shrinking your whole your choices. You're shrinking your choices.
And so I was listening to this gentleman. He was talking, of course, single gentleman, talking about the dynamics of the black family. I guess he was justifying the fact that he has a biracial family. And he was talking about the dynamics of the black family and speaking negatively about the black woman. Now, mind you, this is not about race, okay? Let me just say that. But to listen to a brother talk the way he talked about his mama, because that's he came from the black woman. And when I say his mama, I'm talking about the black woman. He didn't necessarily talk about his mother, but to hear him say that black women don't support, and I want to, because I don't know if Sean generation, I don't know if y'all talking like that right now. Like, do y'all rather talk to the Asian or the white girl versus the black girl? Because she gonna buy you sneakers and she gonna do this and she gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? The black girl, or she just want help me, enlighten me on that. Because is that just a grown black man thing, or is that a young black man thing too?
Well, me and my crew, we don't talk like that. We always keep it respectful. If that's not our type, we just not don't reach out to it. But disrespecting that person or that race, we don't tolerate that.
Yeah, you was raised better. I don't know, Eric. Is it real that I'm not asking you to say yay or nay about what your choices are or whatever, but I'm just saying.
I will though. I will.
Because I know you will.
I will.
I'm saying that as a black man looking for your queen, does in this climate, let's just go there. In this climate, would you date out of your race in this climate? And I'm not just limited to Caucasian, because out of your race is anybody that's not black.
Yeah, well, again, like I said before, the answer is yes. I would, because I don't believe in cutting my chances to get my one. My one might not be African American. She might not be. But my thing is, To have a preference is another thing. Just because you have a preference doesn't mean that that's what you're sold on. You
So
know,
so just because you got a preference don't mean you won't try samples. Like
no, I don't
you
even use the word samples. I would never use that. I would say I would be wholeheartedly out for somebody else if they're wholeheartedly out for me. At the end of the day, I'm looking for a woman. I heard actually I heard this Jamaican guy. And you got to excuse my horrible accent, but I heard this Jamaican guy said, uh, if you got 7 bottles, all different colors, and you put water in all of them, all you see is what? The different bottle colors.
the different bottle colors, right?
But on the inside is what? Water. So the truth is, we're all water. But the thing is, we've been fooled into believing that black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, this, that, and third. No, we all people.
Yeah.
And you're
We're
going to find people
one
who
race.
work one race, the human race.
Right.
You're going to find people who work with you and people who don't work with you. And the sooner you can find that out, the better.
So I'm not sure if y'all are able to see the comments on the screen. I put them up there so that you guys can see them too. But if you can't, let me help you in the comments. I see here, and I want to go back up because I saw something that went by me and I thought it was really phenomenal. She says, and of course, Mr. Tavion Hill, ladies, is in the chat. He was one of our guests tonight, so feel free to I'm gonna throw some stuff at him. Hopefully he's still with us watching and he can answer in the chats. But just because he made 6 figures doesn't equate a good character. Teresa says, Gigi says, dating out of your race means you're okay holding back a major part of yourself, which is fine for some, but can be a lot. I do know a little bit about this. One of my daughters, not currently, but she was dating someone out of her race, and they were actually engaged to be married. That did not happen. However, one of the things that concerned me with that whole situation was the fact that, I was always concerned, what if they ever got in something heated and something was said that shouldn't be said, right? So I was concerned about that. She never told me to after the fact that has happened, right? Now I'm glad it didn't happen in front of me. Glory be to God. But again, to Gigi's, excuse me, I think it's to Gigi's statement. It can be a lot, especially in this climate right now. Like if it was a Black Lives Matter situation, because all lives matter. This is not black or white. Remember, all lives matter. What would be the climate in that house? And then, while this was going on, they were still dating, and it was like, what is the climate, because he had his ideology and his thought process as a white male, and she being a black girl, and it became very toxic, if you will, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think for me, I would err on the side of caution, because like you said, we're all human. Mm-hmm. We're all human.
Well, I do want to speak on that, because my thing is, you're not dating a race, you're dating a person. And that, and I can't stress that's more than anything. A person who's sensitive to your background is going to learn who you are. And they're going to, make adjustments accordingly, and vice versa. A person that you really care about, you're going to learn their background, whether they're your race or not. 2 black people can be like, hey, look, I don't know her background, so let me learn it.
Yeah.
Because she could have grew up in this 7-bedroom house on the hill, and how did they do things there? It will be different from how you did it if you grew up in the projects. So the thing is, you got to learn that person, and have a commitment to learning that person. You'd be surprised how many people come from different backgrounds who have who come from different ethnicities but have the same background. You know, that it's very shocking, and I see it all the time with me working in the barbershop. You run into so many people who actually like they blend. It makes sense. You know, I have a lot of clients who are biracial. They lady come in with them, you know, or their man might be coming in with them, but it's them against the world. That's
Yeah.
their one. They don't care about what anybody else has to say about it, and that's important to have your own opinion. But it's also your opinion stops when somebody else's starts. So what they feel about each other, that's none of your business.
Mm.
It really isn't. The thing is, I think we put a lot of emphasis on things that don't have anything to do with us. You
Right.
know,
I respect that.
if you're black and you're dating an Asian woman, I don't have anything to do with that. That's your relationship. Now, if anything, if I'm sensitive, I want to find out what your Asian woman likes. If we're going to be hanging out with my lady, you know, so we're going to find out each other, and that's a beautiful thing. Just learning the different colors in the picture, you know, different things about people, and that's the beauty of being a human being instead of considering so much other stuff. Yes, we know we're black. Yes, we other people know they're white. They know they're Asian, and that's their background. But at the same time, that's not who they are. You want to
Right.
find out who the person is because all black people are not alike. All Asian people are
And
not
I
alike.
agree. I
All
agree.
white people are not alike. So the
Right.
thing is, you want to find out who that person is and do they fit in your group?
Right.
Because there's some black people who don't fit in my group, just to
So
be honest. And there's some white people who really do.
got you, and I feel
And if
that.
they're cute, they got a chance. That's
Sean,
all I'm saying.
so I want to talk. I want to ask you: do you guys? Do you what do you feel about the dating sites?
Oh, Deshaun, what you saying about that, bro?
What
Me
do you?
personally, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be on one, but then I couldn't do it no more. Like you said, it just becomes too much, too quick. I can't focus.
Let's stay there with you because you're 21 on a dating site and just say it became too much, and you could. What was your experience like? Like I saw somebody, and I want to say it might have been Mr. Hill, which made me ask him when I saw it kind of I think I saw something on his page that was saying like about the late like because I guess women are just as aggressive sexually as men are. So I guess he was seeing a lot of women that's wanting to have sex and not really even knowing the individual. What were you seeing as you were matriculating through that site? Like, were there aggressive women that you were coming across and, not necessarily knowing you, but wanting to hook up and, forget about all the other dynamics? They just, was
It's
that your
more so.
experience?
It's more so a little bit of everything. Like you got the Christian ones, the ones that want to hook up, the ones that don't want to hook up, like still want to be cool, the ones that want to get to know you. So it's really like whatever you really get yourself into. But it's a little bit of everything on there.
So you just said it was too much though you came off. So was it keeping up with all the comments and the communication?
I
Was
just
that
got bored. I just got bored of it because I'm not the person to link up with you. Like it takes a lot for the link up, but like we could text all day long, but when it's time to link up, I gotta work. I'm busy. Something came up, so like just the fact that just going through all that, it was just I'm just gonna get off this app and just
Yeah,
go on.
same here. Same here.
so that was your experience, Eric?
My fingers was tired from all the texting.
So do y'all
But
give
not
out your
one time.
numbers?
Huh?
Did y'all share your phone numbers with these women?
Yeah, and they
No,
prefer to text.
yeah, some of
So
them,
I'm
but
like, man, I'm good. I holler. I know what a curve look like. So my thing is, hey, you ain't got a curve me. I'm cool.
right.
'Cause I ain't everybody, cup of tea. I know me. I'm complex in some ways, and I'm forward. So my thing is, hey, look, if you just want to text, that's fine. But you need to be, let me know. Hey, look, you just want to text in, friend, because I'm
Yes.
not him. My fingers was hurting. I was like, no, I got to stop all this texting. Because if we can't text to get the number and call, because that's old school. I'm like, the only reason why I want to talk on this phone is to get the conversation together so we can have a conversation. I think
Yeah.
adults should talk to each other instead of texting each
Yeah,
other.
my schedule don't be adding up just for me to sit around and be on the phone and text all day.
Yeah, that's not how it works. I work a 6-day work schedule. At best, I have 4 hours to play, and I'm not going to be texting somebody for 4 hours.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I'm not going to take away from my clients because Baba Love ain't going to let me take away from my
I'm not about
clients.
to stop. I'm
You
not about
know,
to stop cutting my
I'm
hair
talking
just
about
to say.
you got to put the money over the honey. You
so
got to.
Gigi say my thing with the sites, I try not to dismiss red flags. And I swipe left so much. I can see how I'm possibly limiting myself. Then for the few times I match, they don't seem to understand conversation. You can't claim to try to get to know someone, but not ask any questions.
Yeah, that's so
I
true.
agree.
So
You
true.
can't force no one to do anything though. If that person is not willing to have a conversation, you can't stay around, stick along, pray. I mean, you can pray that they stick around, but you can't physically make them. So at that point, it's up to you to decide: are you willing to stay here and hopefully they change, or are you ready to move on to something better? At the end of the day, we all grown. You can't force no one to do anything.
Well,
Experience
that's
teaches me move on.
he
Because
said experience teaches me to move on. So
yeah, experience teaches me to move on.
so listen, um the whole thing with me with the day size, I'm scared to get my number out. Like I haven't put my number. Like I have been every one of them have sent me. I say you don't even know me, and you just giving me your phone number from some pictures.
Yeah.
And a profile comment. Like you sent me your phone number for me to call you, and you don't even know. I haven't given my number out. Like
Well, for me, when I ask for your phone number, it's for two reasons. One, if I'm getting from a social media, I'm gonna get your number and I'm gonna put it in Cash App. Your Cash App don't tell me at all. If I put your number in Cash App and a picture, a contact picture, or a legit name doesn't pop up, I know something's right. That's really why I asked for your number. But you really can't do nothing with a phone number. So it's like giving
I didn't know that you could do that with. Now you teaching me.
Yeah, giving your phone number out. Yes, it comes with something, but they can't really do nothing with your phone number for real.
Yeah.
She said some sites you can talk or video within the app. Okay, I have to find them sites. She says if I'm interested, I'm like, let's video chat real quick so I can see if we vibe. Okay. She says, LaShonda said, okay, Eric, the beauty industry has taught us to execute and move on fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very.
Gigi say, I'll give my Google number. I need to reestablish one.
That's the thing.
That's another thing.
That's like you saying you want to swim, but you sitting on the step. Don't tell me you want to swim and you sitting on the step. You're gonna have to dive in. If you're trying to date for real, you're gonna have to dive in. If you don't give me your real number, start talking Instagram and stuff like that, I don't take you seriously. I think that you're really not trying to date. You're just trying to, be out here having fun. And that's fine. But I can't be one of your toys. I can't be that because I'm too high value for that. So what my thing is, because I know who I am, I don't have a problem with giving my phone number out. Like I said, Dee said, hey, look, man, you can't really do nothing with the phone. But my thing is, once I give you my phone number, we should be able to talk like adults. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad I met you on the site. That's crazy, right? I'm thinking about, man, shoot.
What's that comment? They say if you work.
Yeah,
well, listen, I was just finna say, I was finna read that because that's Lavetta. She says, and this is to Eric, if you work 6 days a week, are you truly available to get to know people?
Of course I am, because I make my own schedule and I get off at 8 o'clock. And I've never been on a date that was before 8. That's not a date.
What you want.
That's a meeting. If it's before, there's a difference between a date and a meeting. See, when you start talking about, I'm gonna meet you at 12 o'clock and we're gonna have lunch. Okay, that's that. You have lunch with that dude you ain't serious with, but you get all dolled up at 8 for a date. And guess what? I stay fresh. I get fresh for the barbershop. Anybody that know me, I get clean before I go to work. Looking good, smelling good, and I might have a change of clothes in the car if we're gonna go somewhere. So my thing is this: you got to understand that people make time for what's important for them.
I was about to say you make
So
time for what you want.
yeah, so if you're important for me, yeah, I'm gonna make time for you. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna make ample time. I'll get time off of work if I have to. But my thing is this: you've got to be serious. I'm not gonna mess with my money if it's not serious. I don't mind investing in a person, but sometimes investing looks like me taking a Saturday and a Sunday off, which is that's a $400 flip around for me that I'm spending just to be with you. A lot of times people don't look at that, but barber life, when you're not behind the chair, you're missing money. So if I take a Saturday and a Sunday off, those are 2 our busiest days. And I'm telling you, I want to kick it with you. That's a commitment. That's me saying, hey, look, there's five, potentially $600 that I'm missing so that I can kick it with you. What are you doing? You know, time again, like Deshaun said, you make time for people who are important to you, but you got to be real with people for them to be able to see who you are. You can't be with it. You got to be real with it. This is who I am.
Teresa say she got to be special to get a weekend, and she LOL.
But yeah, or at the same time, I got to be like, I really want to meet this person. It don't even have to be like they're that special. I really want to meet that person. It might be a investment that I threw in the trash, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I didn't do that. But at the same time, it could very easily be I could be talking to my wife and not know it.
Yeah,
So where I look at it, I date a little differently. I'm a little older, so I don't like wasting my time. But I do make time, you know.
yeah.
I
He
do.
he that dude for real though, Lavetta. He that dude for real. I ain't just saying it because he my cousin. He really that dude, and whoever he date, like, I'm a vetter because I'm standing in my auntie absence. So
So did be from vetting, I tell you that much. Yeah, goodness. Yeah,
I'm a,
goodness.
I'm a better because that's my brother. I'm his sister, and I'm my auntie daughter. So I'm definitely gonna vet her
Well,
because
y'all about y'all about to kill my battery with that one.
he he definitely is that dude. Now Deshaun, because he's a serialpreneur as well. He a lot like he is his mama's son. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur, and I know that for him, what are you looking for? Like today, I saw this guy's post and I made a comment because I thought it was very profound what he shared. But then I found myself saying something that, I had not. I don't think I had made it clear, but I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for divine alignment because I have a purpose and I'm looking for that person that I can be divinely aligned with, that we can both fulfill our purposes in life, right? Because at 56, I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for a purpose, destiny partner. That's what I'm looking for. Love will come. But can you hold the weight of this mantle on my life? Can you support the call that I have on my life? Can I support yours? Can we undergird each other? Can we both can we walk this thing out together? So for me, it's a different, I'm in a different place. I'm looking for a different thing. I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm not looking for a safe spot. I'm looking for somebody that I can operate and flow with in divine. Yes, that's right. I am in purpose. So for you, because I know that you have great vision, I know that there's so much that you want and have the potential to even do because of all that's in you. Is that important for you in the young woman that you connect with, that you potentially hook up with?
For right now, I would say no, because I'm not saying I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm saying I don't know what I'm looking for because I'm not where I want to be in life to be willing to mess with someone. Like, I got to get myself together first before I can add my connection to someone else. So as of right now, I'm building myself before I can build the next person. So right now, I don't know what I'm looking for.
I
Wise man.
love
Wise man.
I love that. I love that. She said spiritual warfare ain't no joke. Absolutely. She said, I'm vetting Sean's too. Like what? Sherelle, Miss Rush says, question for the men. If you get to know someone for over a year, but then have sex before committing, does that sin automatically rule out the possibility of a solid foundation / relationship?
Who is that directed to?
She just said the men. Question for the men. You
Oh,
want
okay.
Sean?
So I would like for us to go ahead and go back to being 14 too. But my thing is, as an adult, ain't nobody walking around here virgins. So I mean, let's just I honestly I like the fact that people want to say this and going forward, I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to do it a different kind of way. But the fact is that didn't work either. So my thing is, you have to be honest with yourself. We are human beings with human needs. And the thing is, if you're not looking for companionship, then you just want friendship. Be honest, because there's men out there who will be just your friend, who not trying to, be sexual or intimate with you in any way. There's men out there like that. I've seen a
I
lot
got
of
a
women who have several men like that in their corner.
I
But
got
my
a
thing
couple.
is, but the thing is, you have to understand that that's a part of the relationship. We're talking about a year of being together. If you don't know what it is by a year of being together, why did it take that long? You
Yeah, I
understand
ain't
what I'm saying?
what you
That's a whole year.
yeah,
That's
that's a lot.
you that don't make sense. So my thing is, and the fact is, and I mean, we all know this. Women know whether they're gonna have sex with you from the beginning. I don't even know why we even playing these games. So the thing is, honesty in that situation can be real. Like, look, I don't even feel you sensually like that. I don't feel you sexually like that, and being honest. And then you can kind of vet that man out a little bit better. You got to string him along a year. And I'm not saying string along to be mean or nothing, but a year of no physical sexual contact means that you're really not serious about that man. Let him go back, because somebody else might want to be serious about him, or vice versa. Even if it's that woman, you can't hold sex hostage, but yet you want everything else. So
Hmm.
a relationship is for relations. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's designed that way. You want to have all kinds of different kind of relations. You want to have all kinds conversations, thoughts, share your thoughts, dreams. Yeah, you're doing all of that and you're building intimacy, but intimacy is going to ultimately lead to sex. It's
Hmm.
going to lead to that. You have to understand that. I honestly don't. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole concept of not having sex. Not saying it's all about that, but it's a big part of it. Take sex out of your relationship, it'll die.
Hmm.
There's
Sean, what were
there's
you going
three
to say?
things. You know what?
Hold
Greg
on,
told me
Eric.
this. Pastor Tyson told me
Because
this.
I want you to keep that. What would you get ready to say, Sean? Because I think it was something along what Eric was saying.
When he was talking about the some males actually being females like homeboys and stuff. That's more so me. Like
Yeah.
uh, mostly because I get along with all the females. Like not even on no flirt and stuff, whatever. I'm just a natural. That's all I've been raised around was women. So that connection with them, making them my homegirls is always. But with this generation, is he always around females. He's messing with one of them. All that always comes to play. But in general, having female friends comes with so much. Like it's just a good feeling when you actually have a homegirl you can call, vent to,
Yeah. That's
talk
true.
to, really like an older sister, just from
Hmm.
someone else.
Yeah.
Teresa, what's FWB? She says
Friends
F.
with benefits.
Oh, they.
Friends with benefits. And if
Y'all
you're
can
being
tell.
honest, that's
Y'all can tell I ain't got none of them because I thought it was a day in sight. She said FWB is very popular these days.
well, I mean, it's been popular forever. We
I
just
didn't
talk
know that's
about
what
it
that
more
was.
now.
I feel like you said, it has been popular, but as the times go by, the benefits start changing. Like probably
Yeah.
around y'all time, benefits was probably just friends, like close people. But as the time got closer, benefits turned into sexual partners, cuddle buddies. The list can go on. So I feel like as time goes on, the title or the meaning of benefit just changes and it just adds on to the pot.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone, Shonda. She's talking about, dang, sis. Listen, you just said something that I just recently found out that was a real thing. Cuddle buddies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That people pay people to spoon them, right?
Yeah.
No
That's
sex,
real.
just
Yeah.
cuddle, hold me. They want to be held, men and women. And I found that this is a real thing. It's a real business. And they were looking for cuddle buddies. And they were saying their clients are just looking for somebody to hold them. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a real thing. But
It's a human need.
sorry.
Physical touch. That's an
She said,
essential
yeah,
touch.
that's a job.
That's a job.
Wow. She
But
said, how
most
many
of the time,
dates in time will a man wait? Okay. Is there a time on it? She says, how many dates or / time will a man wait to be intimate?
It's
you're
no
using the
time.
word intimate now.
Yeah,
So we
just
talking
two different.
sex, so we talking intimacy.
I believe it's sex. I want to say I believe it's sex because we already established that intimacy starts before the clothes come off.
Absolutely.
Intimacy starts when you see her, you see him. You know what I'm saying? You already can see. So she says sex. Yes, sex.
Okay.
Is there a time frame, a time limit? Do you put first? This is just me before the man. If ain't nobody got no physical checkup, you don't know nothing about nobody. You just jumping in. I can't understand that today. Because you ain't knew it long enough. Are y'all even requiring that you should? Or no? Y'all don't share okay.
Well, there's actually an app that has your paperwork on it. It's called My Paperwork. So you will have that.
Paperwork, because anybody can put paperwork upon anything.
No. You have to have legit paperwork, and you upload your legit paperwork, and people can ask for your paperwork, and you push a button, it'll go up through there. So yeah,
wow.
it's called My Paperwork. So, but my thing is, if that's your only thing keeping you, then yeah, there is that. But my thing is, in answer to the question, how long will men wait? We'll wait as long as we're not feeling stupid. What are you doing to make it worth my wait? Because if you're putting yourself out there, and I hate to use this word, you're putting yourself out there loose and kind of whorish. You're putting yourself out that way, but just not for me. Then a man probably gonna be like, well, shoot, I'll probably give her a couple of weeks, but if it could, hey, and that's that. But some will wait months. But I personally don't put a time limit on that at all, because I kind of like to let things play out and let people play themselves. Because some people will see if they can kind of, what's the word? Yeah, I hate that word. I was trying to use something else, but other people would try to finesse and see as much as they can get out of a guy. I've actually had a girl that I just met tell me about, because of my age and my stature, I should be taking her on trips. Girl, I don't know you. You might be a horrible companion on a trip. Those are things that are exclusive for my girlfriend or my fiance. So if we just meet and no, I'm not taking you out on trips. No, I'm not taking you to the most fancy restaurant in the world. I'm not doing that, because that's what tricks do, and I'm not a trick. I'm a treat. So I'm gonna take you in places where we can get to know each other. It's gonna be a coffee shop. It might be the park. It might just be anything, but it's definitely not going to be me trying to blow the bag on you, because that's some women's thing. They want to get you to spend a lot of money. But I believe that women who are trying to get you to spend a lot of money really don't care. They just want to see what they can get. Just like men who really trying to pressure you into sex, they really don't care about you. They're just trying to see what they can get.
That's why, like, when it comes to like going on dates, some dates don't. I feel like your first date, both parties shouldn't spend no money. Your first date should just be you and your person, walk, something, just really sit down, knowing each other.
Yeah.
But just because you spend the money, that's gonna lead At some point, that's gonna turn her on. At some point, okay, this person is willing to spend money on me every time. But do I actually know you enough to actually? What am I doing? What am I gaining when I'm spending this money?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand what Gigi was just saying. She said, "Wait, so you're waiting to do the big, I guess that's sex things with someone special. How is that different than me giving out a Google number?" I think Gigi, she a little upset because
I don't know.
you
I don't
crashed
know
on
about
that
Google number.
on that Google number. But
I
the
don't know nothing
Google
about
number,
no Google number.
the Google number is this: it's a phone number that you get
I know
that
that Google
rings
number.
to your phone, right? Your real phone, but they don't have your real number. So if you got to ghost that person or whatever, it doesn't matter because he don't have your direct number. He has a Google number that's attached to your number.
No, I get that.
Right.
It sounds like I'm not ready to date because I don't want to be forward and honest.
Okay.
I don't want to be
But
upfront and
right.
honest. It sounds like I'm not ready to date.
But just because I won't do nothing special for you, that doesn't mean I'm not interested in you.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I can't give you my phone number, I ain't serious about you.
Right.
She says some women say you have to pay to play.
Yeah, and that's the biggest falsehood ever.
Yeah,
that's the biggest falsehood ever.
That too.
That sounds like prostitution.
Because it's prostitution. I was just going to say,
Yeah.
you know, if it ain't for sale, take the sign down.
Take the sign down.
Take the sign down. The way you dress. I mean, you know, granted, you shouldn't have to feel like, you know, the way you dress determines, you know, the quality of person and what. But the truth of the matter is, if it ain't for sale, take the sign down. If you ain't a trick, don't present yourself like a trick.
And if you're not, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
the thing is, men are visual.
Right.
Women know that. Women know that men are visual. So when you put it out there, we're gonna try to get it. If you don't put it out there, we're gonna see what's up with you. No, we're gonna see what's up with you first. You can't get respect butt naked. You can't do both. You can't put the prostitute uniform on and expect me to treat you like a lady. Just like I can't dress like a bum and expect you to think I got something going on with my life. Because I know women look at shoes. I know women look at how you smell, all this, that, and the other, how you dress. I know that. But my thing is this. If I put myself out there like a bum, you're going to think I'm a bum. If you put yourself out there like a whore and your skirt is 3 inches long and I can see everything, guess what? I want to see more. That's just how that men are visual. So the thing is, once and women know this. So when we come out here, we got to understand that we have to dress like what we're looking for. If you're looking for a legit, decent man, you want a legit dress decent. If you want a man who's just trying to knock that up, then you want to put it all out there so you can get him all horny and he ready to get that. But that's the fact is men are visual creatures. We see your beauty first and we see it as currency.
Wow.
She is worth something because she takes care of herself. She look a certain kind of way. But if we see you not taking care of yourself and not looking a certain way, we look at that too. We're like, okay, she cheap. You know, she don't take care of herself. She don't care. Why should I care?
Off the rack. Lavetta said it's a safety precaution because the world is not always safe out here for women. I agree. There are women out here getting cursed out and attacked because they don't want to give their number. And I have witnessed that. I've seen videos, you know, of men disrespecting a woman. He asked her for a number. You know, she declines to give it. One video shows a man trying to hit on a woman, and she rejects his advances. He took a brick and bust her upside the face and was just like, B, you ain't all that anyway. And I'm talking about these is a black men to black women, like, you know, she just say, Brian, interested. And then
where are we going though? Where are we going to entertain and have company? You know what I'm saying? These are things that don't happen everywhere. This is not going to happen everywhere. This is going to happen at clubs and bars and stuff like that. So the thing is, because
that's what it was. They were just leaving from a club, going to the food truck, and that's kind of like how that happened.
So if men are bears I'm just throwing this out there because this dude named Patrice O'Neal, man. He was funny. He's passed away though. He's a comedian. See, if men are bears, women can't dress like salmon drizzled with honey and expect us not to try to eat them.
Whoa.
So the thing is how you present yourself. How you present yourself is your present. It's your gift. So my thing is, again, get that man the number and then block him when you get home. It's a simple way to do it. Give him the number. Ooh, I'm gonna call you and block him.
And I'm gonna tell you some of them now, because I have to tell my girls, because I got 4, they beautiful.
Always give them the number and
Give
block
them
them.
because some of them get to now, they don't wait to get home to call. They call you right then to make sure you ain't give them no bad number.
Yeah, they'll do that. But see, that's the thing. That's a red flag. Go ahead and write his name down. You know, as about to be blocked as soon as I get home, because that's the thing. Give him the number. If you worry about your safety, give him the number and then block him when you get home.
Women do it too, though.
Women do it too.
Do what?
For example, if I'm giving my phone, if I'm giving my number to a woman will call the number right there. It's the same both ways.
Right, to see. But I can't see her. You give her a number and it's the wrong number, and she punch you in the lip for it, or punch you in the eye because you gave her the wrong number. But men have literally become physical with women when they refused or did not, give them the right number.
Give them the right number and block it when you get home.
Okay,
it's an easy fix. Are we looking for solutions? The solution is give him the number and block him when you get home.
Okay.
No more problems. It's easy. It's easy.
I love the block feature. It's just a number.
It's just a number. Block them. And I wouldn't delete them, but block them.
Thank you, fun. John. I agree. John says those are weak-minded men. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree totally. I totally agree. I do. I hate when I see videos like that. Yeah, I've been single for so long that when I see stuff happening in videos, it just be making me be girl, just stay single, child. Just don't even worry yourself with that foolery.
False evidence appearing real. These are what's always magnified is the big cases. They'll talk about the big cases that just happened, but they won't talk about the fact that this happened once every 10 years or once every 5 years or something like that. But my thing, it only happened once at that one place. They don't talk about that. My thing is you can't get caught up in the fear. Fear is a paralytic. It will stop you from being great. It will stop you from being great. I was afraid to do public speaking until I found out it was easy. All you got to do is know what you're talking about. It don't matter how many people in the crowd. Look at 3 people. Because it don't matter if it's 3 million. You can just pick 3 people in the crowd and you just look at them periodically. Everybody in that crowd will think you're looking at them.
That's true. Because I could be looking this way and the person think I'm looking past them. I ain't even see them because I'm looking at something else. You just happen to be in that.
There you go. There you go.
Path. Wait, Gigi say, why classify that as actions of any man? Men don't behave that way. That's the actions of someone that grew up, not someone that was raised.
That's true.
So I like that.
We talked about it before, how we talk about the 3 different stages. It's actually 4. There's a boy, there's a male, there's a man, and there's a gentleman. So it's like you're going to fall in one of them categories. So yeah, that's definitely not a gentleman. That's definitely not a man. So either that's a boy or a male, because, men don't behave that way, especially not to women. That we protect women. We love doing it. Men love protecting women and honoring women. We love it. It's our favorite thing to do.
He is men.
Yeah, men and gentlemen.
And men and gentlemen, right.
Yeah, but when you start talking about boys and males, to be a male, that just means that you were born with that, that sexual organ.
That's right.
You're a male.
That's right. That's absolutely true. So ladies in the comments, because they've been in the comments, we have some gentlemen to join us. I don't know if Mr. Hill is still in there. I haven't seen him share anything since he let us know about StreamYard. But LaShonda said, I guess I was raised by men. She's a thug women because I am with Eric. She says she with you. She is, she's special. She's special. Is that she says exactly. Ebony says, I love that block feature.
Just
I,
block.
I love that block feature. Teresa says, I scan the room as I am speaking. She said, I scan the room. So as we are coming, and I love this. I love the fact that one, there's a gap in the dynamics of generations, but Sean is a very mature 21-year-old. So I can appreciate that with him and his dialogue and dialect. What are some culminating questions that may be in the chat? That may be in the chat that you all might want to share on tonight in the chat. And for Eric and Deshaun, what are some last impartations that you guys want to bring to the forefront? I know I have two for Eric. One, I want us to go to Proverbs 18 and 22 that says, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good and obtaineth favor of the Lord. Now, as we were driving in the family car, as we were going to lay your father to rest last month, you shared something very interesting to me, coming from a man and a man of stature. Let me say that, a man of character, integrity, and class. You shared this with us in the car, and I would like for you to kind of share that and elaborate on it like you did with us, because me and Ivy both was like, did he just say that? Like, yeah. So
Well, I
share.
appreciate that. And first of all, Deshaun, this one for you too. This on some barber type stuff too. Okay, so now the thing is, you have if you have a piece of wood with holes in it, you have some bristles, and you have some glue, you do not have a brush. So when a man finds a wife, he finds a wife that's complete. That's a wife. She's already a wife. So a lot of times we're finding a piece of wood with holes in it, some bristles and some glue, and we're putting it together and trying to put it together and make something that ain't what it is. So you have to find that brush already a brush if you're going to use it. So when that's the thing that we're talking about. When a man finds a wife, she has to already be a wife. She can't have the
Not
potential
potential.
of being a wife. You can't fall in love with the potential, because when you fall in love with the potential, you'll fall in love with the, okay, I got some wood with some holes in it, and I got some glue. I got some bristles. I got to put them together. That's not your job to put somebody together and make them something. They have to already be that. They have
Wow.
to already be that.
Wow. And I love it, because he said, whosoever findeth a wife, not a woman,
Not a woman.
a wife. There is a difference.
Because every woman ain't a wife and every man ain't a husband. The qualities of
Absolutely.
a husband are already going to be there too.
Yeah. So
Well,
you'll know it, ladies.
you'll know it when you see it. You got to be like, okay, this is the qualities of a husband. And truth be told, sometimes we don't want a wife when we see what we see. We see a wife and don't want one because we want to play the field a little bit, and I can't play with her. So I got to move to the side with that one. But a lot of times women will see that and say, man, this man here going to make me level up. This is a husband right here. I ain't ready for that right now. I want to have some fun on these dating sites. So I got to leave him to the side, and that happens. But when you find a wife, a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord.
Miss Greer says, I concur. Teresa says, powerful. Gigi, of course, she sends her condolences for the loss of your father. But Teresa asked a question. She said, what are deal breakers? I want to start with Sean. What are deal breakers when dating a woman?
For me, it's so simple. Like, it's so simple. For example, dating a bad woman comes with a lot. From how she dressed, just for the dressing part, it's more so on a respect thing. Like, why would you come out the house in that outfit knowing knowing how males are gonna look at it. Not me being controlling. Like, why would you go put that on? Go change. More so on the, come on now, like, just respect thing. I respect you.
Now
I
you gotta
respect me.
defend her and her honor, and
Right.
she come out the house. I feel you.
And then another, just understanding, like, everything is not an argument. 9 out of 10 is just a simple conversation. That's really all I ask for.
Those are simple things, and I don't feel like you're asking for too much. You know, don't put me in danger because I got to cover you and protect you, and you coming out the house, you know, like it's for sale. You know, I ain't your pimp, I'm your man. So respect me, so I don't got to bust somebody over the head or somebody hurt me trying to get to you. I respect that and I understand that. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Deal breaker.
What's
you
the
said
deal?
One?
No, she said, what are some deal breakers for you?
Deal breaker. Lack of respect. Over talking in a conversation. That's lack of respect. Not being able to listen. That's a deal breaker for me. Pocket calculating. Trying to see how much money you can get. That's a deal breaker. Because a lot of times it'll be subtle. You're like, ooh, this is a nice restaurant. I thought we can go something a little bit more fancy though. Deal breaker. Because I mean, I don't have time for the gold digging mindset, you know. So, because if you ask a man for nothing, you can get everything. But if you ask him for anything, you won't be able to get nothing. So the deal breaker for me is trying to get too much too fast. Whoa, they like Juvenile said, whoa, they, what you doing? Let it develop naturally. So, and the biggest thing for me, like I said, is respect. If you can respect me, everything else will fall in line, as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm not going to present myself. I'm not going to present myself as anything but respect, you know, deserving of respect and respectful. I'm going to be very respectful to you because I'm going to be a gentleman, not just a man. I'm going to be a gentleman. So from the beginning, you'll feel safe. You'll feel comfortable. You'll feel relaxed. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to take care of your bill, not your house bill now, your food bill. When we go out on this date, you ain't going to have to pay for nothing. If you drive a separate car that feels safe, I'm going to take care of your parking. So my thing is this, I'm going to make sure you feel comfortable. So all I need is the respect. You give me the respect. I wouldn't say need. All I want is respect, because if you don't give it, I'm going to respect myself and leave.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Deal breaker, lack of respect. The only one. Everything else I can work around.
Oh, okay, ladies. I hope y'all heard that. Lack of respect. I think that's a big one for a lot of men. I'm not talking about the boy or the male. I'm talking about the men and the gentlemen. I think that when a woman, now this is for us ladies, because when you get to a place where you no longer have respect, when you no longer have respect for the individual, I believe at that point, it may be time to exit the building. Because when the respect leaves, you will, because we have a way, women have a way of mishandling without mishandling. Like you said, the subtle things a woman can say or not say, do or not do. And if you don't have respect for the man, the best thing to do is to agree to disagree and walk away. I have seen people who have lost respect, and whether it be financial, secure, whatever it is, they stay. But they do more damage than good in staying someplace where respect does not reside. And that go both ways, because women, we deserve respect too. We deserve respect too, and respect my mama. It's not a given, it's earned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, respect ain't just given, respect is earned. And when a man earns your respect, then you can freely give it to him. Because women want to be able to be this feminine flower that you've talked about. It's just, can we trust you to be this man that we can submit to, trust you with our femininity, and not worry about you crushing our flower?
There we go again. We're back to it again. Now we're back full circle. Do
I
that
said that's
anyway.
we
Do
back
that
at
anyway.
it. We back
Be
at
feminine anyway. Be masculine anyway. If it's not received well, then you leave. But no, you don't have a
But you
choice
can't
whether.
just leave if it's in a marriage. If you're in a committed relationship, you just can't leave.
No, I had this much more to talk about. Okay, so now I'm not just talking about being in a marriage, but if you're in a marriage and there's disrespect, there's ways to work around it. There's ways to see what's going on. Because you at this point, we definitely should have been in some form of counseling. Now, whether people believe in it or not, but my thing is this: for it to get to here, it starts off here. And now, if we start ignoring the disrespect, or if we start doing things to make us not not deserving of the respect, so that's the conversation that needs to happen. Like Deshaun said, you need to have these conversations. You know, you got a 21-year-old telling, "Hey, look, when stuff not looking right, let's talk." So that's wise. That's wisdom. That's like 61, not 21. Hey, if stuff not looking right, let's talk, because we should be able to do that. Okay. So now my thing is, as far as the respect is concerned, as far as the femininity is concerned, no, you lead with that. A woman should lead with her femininity. A man should lead with his masculinity. And that's the only way a man can lead, is if he leads with his masculinity. The fact is, we want a real men and real gentlemen. We want to do everything for our lady. We want her to feel safe. We want her to feel comfortable. We want her to feel desired. We want that. At the same time, we have to lead with that. We have to be as masculine as we can. And a lot of times women have to be as feminine as they can. Don't tell me I have to earn your femininity, just like you ain't got to earn my masculinity. We got to lead with that.
I feel like for my generation, we scared to let go. When I say let go from our past exes, past relationships, we hold on to that and we let that fear dictate what we don't do in the next situation. So the next person might be a good person, but just because that last person messed up, is that guard up, which is cool. It's always good to have your guard up, but at some point you have to put it down and let the next person. You got to feel the next person.
And I agree. You can't judge, somebody new based on how somebody in the past handled you. And that takes maturity, that takes growth, that takes healing, right? Because you got to get healed from bad relationships, broken hearts, that type of thing. Because if you don't, you literally will bleed over into something that could be good for you. So you really have to, and you can't bring that kind of baggage into a relationship for somebody else to make you whole when somebody else has broken you. Give yourself the time. When I'm talking about relationships, so back to the beginning, LOL. If you're dating a woman isn't as feminine as you expect because of how life circumstances have shaped her, how are you ever supposed to find someone? We're all imperfect. So I get it, sis. This is Miss Rush, and she's questions to the men. So let's just say you meet somebody strong-willed, somebody who, life may have threw her a few lemons and she didn't have the wherewithal, the skill set, or the education to make a lemonade stand. So she been sucking on the lemons all her life. You know what I'm saying? And she not as refined. But you can see the, like you said, potential. We're not talking wife here, but potential. We're talking about dating. and she's not as feminine. She a little rough. How do you work around that?
Well, for that example, that's don't start day one. Day one, y'all need to sit down and discuss. Okay, where do you see what's both our intention? If your intention is to date and my intention is just to lay around, it's not gonna work. Because at the end of the day, your intention is trying to date. So everything that you're trying to do is not gonna force me, but 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be relationship things. From my perspective, not saying this is me, but if I was the other person saying I just wanted to lay up, anything that I wanted to do is more so going to be guaranteed towards just laying up. So it has to match. It can't be 50-25. It has to be on one level, or it's just not going to work. That's where the communication comes into. If both intentions is not the same, you're just going to be at square one.
That's what Teresa says in the comment. Intentions, the same thing. Deshaun needs to mentor a lot of these older men.
For real,
Miss Rusty, you
for
need to
real.
mentor a lot of these older men.
Yeah.
So what about you, Eric? If she's not as refined, but you see promise in her, not
I
necessarily.
already told you I don't date potential. So my thing is this, and I always go right back to this. You can't tell me that the world has made you hard and still tell me that you want to bring that hardness to a man who's looking for something soft. You're not ready to date. You need help. You need to go ahead and work on yourself. And for instance, and with men, especially, we not looking for somebody we got to fight. We're not looking for adversity. We're looking for softness, soft skills, your femininity. We're looking for that. And if you can't rest in your femininity, then that's not my fault. I didn't make you this way. So you need to go back and then go ahead and work on getting well, because you're not well. You're still dealing with some trauma. So whatever that trauma is, you need to deal with it until you get to a place to where, okay, I feel like I can trust again, because you have to come with 100% of your femininity, just like I have to come with 100% of my masculinity. I can't say, man, this world has made me soft. Think about it. A man tell you, man, this world has made me soft. I used to be very masculine, but now this world has made me soft because I can't find a woman that's gonna be feminine enough for me. So now I gotta be feminine. That sounds crazy when you flip it the other way around. But that's why I'm saying you can't have the double standard. So a man can't be feminine because a woman is not being as feminine as he need, and a woman can't be masculine just because a man not being as masculine as he need to be. The thing is, we both need to get help. That man need to be like, look, man, I need to get myself back together, because I used to be one of the most masculine people in the room. So I need to get myself back together so that I can be able to give this to a woman. I have to be able to present myself as a gift. I can't present myself if I'm not present in who I am as myself. So I need to make sure that I know who I am. I am that lion. I am that, what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you work on who you are. And when you can present that powerful, masculine, thought-provoking conversationalist of a man to that woman, she's gonna be like, oh my God, I can chill now. I ain't got to worry about being so hard because I got a hard man. He handling this business. I can be feminine. I could put my sundress on and chill. So the thing is, it can't go both ways. If you're feeling like you can't give your whole femininity to somebody because you think the world has made you hard, you're gonna have to fight the world and beat the world up and get your femininity back. And the same thing with the man. You can't say, man, shoot, man, I want to be masculine, but these women got me acting like I feel like I need to be dated a little bit. I feel like I need to be like taken care of because every time I put myself out there masculine, they break me down. No, you need to get yourself together. It sounds crazy when you get from a man point of view, right? Like when a man said, man, I can't be masculine, man. I need to be feminine like her so I can be able to get through this. That's crazy.
And I see where you're going with it.
That's crazy talk.
It goes back to making sure that you are spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially sound.
Yeah.
Right. so that when you do sit at a table, right, you can sit in confidence, knowing that however this date ends out, this coffee date, this dinner date, whatever the date, however it ends, I'm still going to leave whole. You're not coming to the table looking for somebody to make you whole. You're coming to the table whole.
I'm coming to the table with 3 rider trucks full of furniture, and I'm out.
You are something else. Listen, I want to thank you all. Thank y'all for real. For y'all don't, first of all the ladies in the comments, y'all are blessing me. Thank y'all so much for coming to the live tonight, because I thought this was important to have some male perspective. The ladies, we were on for 2 hours last week. We could talk, like literally, we got all this. But again, there's still some growth. There's still some growing. And I just think that men and women have to come together, and we have to have this dialogue so that as women, we can understand how you men think. Because like there's a lot of things that you have truly enlightened me about. Like, and I know, I mean, maybe I don't believe you were playing. I believe that you believe the statement that you made, but it makes so much sense. You said men are simple. Women complicate men, but men are simple. They need 3 things. And those 3 things are what, Eric?
Peace, a piece, and a sandwich. That's all. That's all.
I cannot tell you how much I have shared that statement ever since you shared it with me. I always say, my cousin Eric said, men are not complicated. They need 3 things. They need you to be their piece, give them a piece, and make them a sandwich. Everything else they're gonna take care of.
That's it.
So y'all hear that, ladies? Bring the piece, give a piece, and make a sandwich.
That's Thomas Stafford right there now. That's Thomas Stafford.
Thomas Stafford.
That's
okay,
Thomas Stafford.
I don't even know who he is, but I know
that's
Eric.
That's my homeboy, man.
Who?
That's Barber Life, Liberty City. Boys, that's my homeboy now. We go way back.
Okay, that was somebody.
We go back to when he was 5 years old, and I was teaching him how to come out of his 3-point stand in football. We go way back. We talking about 40 years and some change.
Wow. Well,
but we simple creatures, man. But we definitely need that respect. We need that intimacy as well. You know what I'm saying? We need your femininity. We need that, because we can't do nothing with masculine energy. We fight masculine energy.
Well, listen, I want to put this out there for next week, because it's going to be our last. So this month was all about single men, single women. Next month, we're going to be talking to married couples. All right. We're going to be talking to married folk, and really diving into that piece. But next week, I would love, especially some of these ladies in the chat, I can host up to 10 people on this stage, right? I can host up to 10 people on this stage. What I would love to do is have a platform next week where we have men and women on the same stage, everybody respecting each other's opinion based on your own experience and everything. But to have that dialogue on this platform to shut down the month, because it's been fabulous. It's been phenomenal. And I have been so excited to be able to host it. It was leading up to an event that we were supposed to be hosting on this coming Saturday, the 26th. And I'm not going to say that it is canceled. We're actually looking at changing. She said, sign me up, Chuck. All right, Sherette, don't get ghost on me, Miss Rush. I'm going to be in your inbox. I need a photograph for the flyer. So we may be doing a breakfast. Those of you that are local in the Raleigh-Durham area, anywhere in the Triangle Triad area, if you are interested in getting together with singles locally here in North Carolina, I need you to inbox me and say, count me in. There is a room at a venue a restaurant, a venue that we're looking at getting to do breakfast that Saturday morning, where we can actually locally come together. I know that locally there are some groups and organizations, singles. I'm looking, I was not privileged to them. I just recently found out about them. So I'll be getting with Sister Ebony because she actually introduced me to them. We're going to try to pull something together to see if we are able to make that happen. But if not, we definitely got to do something, because I believe that the more we come together and have this kind of dialogue, have this kind of impartation, have these kind of platforms and open forums, that we can really get to understand and know and perhaps learn something about ourselves. Like me, I just learned tonight that I can feel good about, if there is somebody I want to have my number, I can put their number inside Cash App and find out if they catfishing me or not. Because some of these pictures really look like AI. Some of them look staged. Some of them don't even look like they in the. I'm like, how do I know what's real and what's not? That's the problem. That's what blows me with it. But I learned some stuff tonight, so I'm excited, man. I thank you. She said I meant for next week, Ella. Okay, count me in. Absolutely, next week. Got you. She said date. The date. September 26th, 27th. The 27th morning, though. Because the 26th night, we were supposed to be taking over the lobby at the Marriott Crabtree in Cary, North Carolina.
26th is Friday.
I know, that's Friday night. We were supposed to do the takeover in the lobby. There was, of course, we can't shut their bar down. This is not a church event, so of course, there's a bar in their lobby. But they were saying that it was okay if we took over the lobby because we were actually hosting the event there that morning. She's going to call me back because obviously somebody wasn't communicating there, and the space got double booked. So she wanted to give me the option to opt out, reschedule, whatever. And I'm saying, listen, I don't want to put myself on the hook for saying, yeah, I want to keep it because I was first, but I'm holding the bag financially. So if that's not where we are and we ain't ready for that yet, building this singles network of mature singles here in the area to do this, there is a room for those who don't know in your local here in the North Carolina area. The Golden Corral on 55 is brand new. They just rebuilt it brand new, and they have a room that holds 60 people. So they were saying that we could literally host it, have it be there and I would want to do the breakfast so that we can get in there, get out, and we still have our day. She says, I have a conflict this weekend. Rain check next one. Okay, I got you, Teresa, and I will keep you informed. If you are able to be on the platform, though, next Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able to be on the platform next Tuesday, please, please, please inbox me and send me a picture so that I can get the flyer together. We definitely will have Master Barber Eric Hines back with us because you have become a favorite. Let me tell you that. I have had ladies in my inbox saying, is your cousin singing for real? Is he looking for? And I'm like, nah, girl, me and you gonna stay friends. So I am not finna. I'm not finna, because I promise you. No.
Come on, I don't block, cuz.
I'm not blocking. I ain't blocking.
Don't block, cuz.
I ain't blocking. I'm gonna let you make your own choice. But
for sure. I wouldn't have it any other way, truth be told.
But I promise you that we're gonna bring him back because you talk with so much wisdom and understanding of life, and it's just that AI is a mess. It is very scary. She said he don't play. LOL. She said stop being a blocker, sis. All right, I get it. All right, I get it. Y'all, listen. He is one of 4, but he's only one of his kind. There are 4 Hines. Oh, hush. There are 4 Hines men. Okay, there are 4. There's Johnny Hines. There's Eric Hines. There's Christopher Hines, and there's Stephen Hines. So he is one of 4 brothers. Yeah, that my uncle and auntie left a legacy of men for the ladies, the Hines brothers. So yeah. But I am excited, and maybe we can get the boys on. What you think? See if we can at least Chris. Let's see if we can
Man, Chris,
they
Chris, Chris is sleeping. He doing his sleeping time around this time.
oh okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when the live start, Chris is sleeping because he usually does the night work, so he gonna catch him a power nap
He gonna catch a power nap
before how we catch the power nap before we go to the club. So he catch the power nap before he
before he
go to
go
the
to the ship.
job.
Right.
Yeah,
He go to
so
the
he can
job.
function. No,
We
you got
love
to
you
have your
too.
head on a swivel working out there like that.
Yeah,
So
you
I
do.
don't want to put his job out there for people who don't know. But I'm just saying, yeah, you got to have your head on a swivel. You got to make sure you're paying attention to everything because in the
Absolutely.
blink of an eye,
It's a very dangerous. It's
you can
life.
lose 2 legs.
Yeah, definitely.
So
But I'll check on him and see. I don't know if he's on the schedule, but I'll still run
he
it by him
might
and
though.
see.
He might be
Yeah,
able to.
I'm gonna throw him a bone and see. Be like, cuz yo, can you just But yeah, ladies, I got 4 male cousins from the Hines family, but I got a bunch of male cousins. It's a bunch of young men on daddy's side. We got a bunch of girls on mama's side, but on my daddy's side, it's a bunch of men. Good night, look better. I'll use your picture because I have it already. She said I'm coming to the next family reunion. She said I want to meet Eric. He is hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Bae, really? That's what you're doing on live? Okay? I got you. She said she want to come to the next family reunion. Great discussion tonight. Thank you, Teresa, for hanging in there. I appreciate you so much. Any last closing words, gentlemen? I'm gonna have y'all back on next week, so please clear your schedules. Sean, if you have some brothers, some young men that you feel like can be, they like you, mature. I don't need nobody come on here, potty mouth and know what I'm saying? But they got some class about themselves, and they really want to share. I really want to hear what you guys think and the mentality, but I definitely don't need the language. So I was a little nervous, but I knew your mama, so I wasn't worried about you. But the other guests, I don't know. I didn't know nothing about them, and I was like, you take a chance when you bringing people on. You don't know nothing about them, but I do not forget that I have the power to remove you immediately from the stage. So I'm not worried about it for next week. So again, I put it out there. If you want to join us, feel free to inbox me, and we will get you the information. Deshaun, go ahead. Give us your last closing words.
I don't got none.
You don't got.
Well, I got something for him. He is
Okay.
not 21. That man is, hey, he's at least about 35. I ain't gonna lie. The way your mind works, man, the way your mind works is amazing, bro. And just stay focused. There's a big life out here for you. I'm congratulating you on your job, getting to that journey that we call barbering, that CCRT, that cortical cell removal technician that you're studying to become. I want to congratulate you on that. For those that don't know, the cortical cell is the mature hair follicle. Starts at a microfiber, works its way to a macrofiber, and then from there it becomes a cortical cell, which is a hair follicle. But I just want to thank you for that, man. And yeah, you well in your 30s. I would say 31 to 35, around that area. Your mindset. So, and that's a beautiful place to be because you seem like you got it going on as far as that. You know what to do, and that's important. Because not a lot of kids your age know what to do because you fall under the gentleman category. You done skipped over a lot.
So that's most growing up. I've always been around the older people.
Like I can tell you've been OG. I can tell. Yeah. So but with me, I'm just like I said, men are simple. We super simple. We want to do everything for you. We just need you to do those 3 things for us. That's all.
So y'all remember the 3 things, ladies. She said, Deshaun, if you ever consider mentoring, I have a teen I'd be honored to have in your presence. Oh, wow, Miss Rush. Thank you so much. That's my nephew right there. You heard that, Deshaun?
Deshaun. It's Day.
It's
I
Day.
know it's Day. I know it's Deshaun, but really he just Sean to me toot if he don't if he
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
he look toot if he want Auntie to come out for real. But no,
Nah.
Miss Rush said she would be honored to have you to mentor her teenagers. So you might consider that. You may consider that. All right. Well, listen, I'm sharing that smart. I am excited. I pastor the Dwelling Church of God. I'm excited about the Dwelling Church of God and all the kingdom citizens that God has entrusted to me. And I am looking forward to us growing together because this is a part of God's plan. God ordained relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He ordained them. I'm not just talking about relationships between men and women. I'm talking about relationships, period. You and your child, you and your sibling, you and your coworker, you and your churchman, relationship, your neighbor. We are supposed to embrace relationship. I think we do a poor job at it, but God has given us, good night, sis. God has given us the wherewithal, the insight, and the word of God. So with that being said, embrace relationship, embrace growth. Know that God has called us to this. He said it is not good that man should be alone. So for Adam, he created Eve. The woman was created for the man. Remember that part, ladies.
Oh,
God
man.
created us for man. All right. So that we would be a help meet the needs of the family, right? Help meet the need of the family. So next week, we're going to have some open dialogue to close out the month. We're going to have some fun. And maybe we'll play a round of truth or dare. Live on the air. Some truth or dare live on the air. If you dare. All right. I love y'all to life. Ain't nothing you can do about it but love me back. Mwah. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.